to the third episode of NSSF Friends with Benefits Season 3. We have shared some amazing stories with you, and we have more. My name is Crystal.
Thank you for that warm applause. We do appreciate it. My name is Guy Tano. Now, the Friends with Benefits NSSF show is all about successful stories from 16 contestants who have invested their NSSF benefits wisely to ensure that their money kept growing.
Now, on the last episode, we met Elungat Moses. He received his age benefit and used it to start constructing a maize milling plant. He's actually in the process of milling maize right now. We also heard from Samuel Mugenyi, who received his withdrawal benefit and used it to boost his guest cottages and start on luxurious holiday homes.
That's right. I'm almost about to reach my age benefit withdrawal.
Are you?
Yes.
Really?
You see, I'm an old, mature man, eh?
Well, I'm 21. I don't know about you.
Now, obviously, the contestants today have to sit in front of our judges and answer some very interesting and perhaps hard questions. So let's meet our judges for this nice, beautiful day. We'll start off, of course, with the Marketing and Communications Manager from NSSF, Barbara Arimi.
We also have award-winning journalist and communications specialist, Simon Kasiate.
We not only have one, but you also have another specialist, human resource specialist, none other than Mabel Chigundu.
Now remember, the winner from the last episode will be announced at the end of this show, and they will make it to our 8 semi-finalists and be one step closer to the grand prize of 30 million shillings. They could also win 15 million shillings as a first runner-up, or 10 million shillings as the second runner-up.
That's 55 million shillings, you people!
All right, let's get started. Let's meet our 5th contestant. David, take it away.
I apologize for that. These sweets are so good that when you have one in your mouth, you have to finish it before you can speak. Well, today we are in Lusanja Chitezi, a Kampala suburb, and we are visiting Sara Mubiru. Sara Mubiru's sweet tooth inspired her to use her NSSF benefits to set up this sweet-making company. So, Sara, honey sweets. So, are they made out of honey?
Exactly. This is a product called Aroma Honey Toffee, and these are sweets made from honey. They have 75% honey and 0 processed sugar. And so anybody who wants to avoid overconsumption of sugar but has a sweet tooth, this is the product to go for. At Aroma Honey Toffee, we say indulge yourself in healthy sweetness.
I'm going to indulge myself in a whole packet of healthy sweets. But before I get into that, let's listen to what else Sara has used her benefits for as we listen to her full NSSF Friends with Benefits story.
I got a withdrawal benefit when I got my money from NSSF. So when I got the NSSF money, one of my areas of emphasis was the factory for the toffees. I'd already registered a company called Aroma Honey Toffee Limited, and that's the name of the product. I knew honey was very sweet, so I decided I can experiment with honey and make a sweet. I'd already started production, but I was doing it in part of my kitchen. So I started by trying out different recipes in the kitchen and sharing them with my family, until one time I took them to work and my friends came and told me, these ones are perfect. What you need to do now is just find a way of packaging them and putting them on the market. So when that happened, when I got that feedback, I decided to take the samples to UNBS and have them tasted, because I wanted to make sure if I put them on the market, they are safe for consumption. I decided to start, how do I get into the market? So I started experimenting with different ways of wrapping and packing. So right now, we are increasing our sales. All the people who taste Aroma Honey Toffee tell me they love it. It tastes really nice. We have 4 different types. We have Aroma Honey Toffee with coconut, We have with ginger, with coffee, and with peanuts. The second place where I invested was a property with rental units. It was not complete, but it was almost close to complete. The shell was there, because I knew now I can complete at least some of the units or all, and rent them and have some income from that. I would advise someone who is going to get their benefits to do research, understand what will bring in money and what is not likely to bring in money. To the young people, I always tell them when they're starting out to work that the time between starting work and retirement is not long at all. The day you start to work, start saving. And then also the last one I tell young people is there's no limit to what you can do. People often say the sky is the limit, but for me, there's no limit and nothing is impossible, and success does not come by accident.
To be honest, that sounds good. I have a sweet tooth, but you know what they say, a moment on the lips, a lifetime on the hips. But let's welcome our contestant now, Sara Mubiru. Welcome, please have a seat. You are officially my new best friend. Toffees that are healthy? My goodness. Well, it's so amazing to hear your story. I'm sure our judges have so many questions for you, so I'll hand you over right now. And today, I think we'll start with you, Mabel.
Okay. Sara, you're most welcome, and congratulations for making it this far. I just wanted you to share with us how you came up with the idea of sweets.
Why sweets? I have a sweet tooth, so we share something in common. I used to eat a lot of sweets, but I knew sweets, all the sweets I knew on the market were made from processed sugar. And I knew processed sugar was not good for my body. So I was thinking, what is a sweet natural product that someone can make sweets from, and in that sense, healthy sweets? So I thought of a number of things. I thought of fruit powders, and then I settled with honey. And so that is why I started. I knew there were many people out there like me who had a sweet tooth, and I knew if I do something good and I like it, it works for me, I knew it can also work for those people.
Sara, I will admit I don't have a sweet tooth. How are we going to ensure that this business, beyond giving us a quality product, actually stays on the shelf because you have the money going in the right place and receiving the profits?
At the beginning of this year, I got a small business grant. With the grant money, I've been able also to get a part-time finance staff. Now this one is being paid by the grant, so they're supporting the finance processes. And right now, from this finance person, I'm learning a lot of how to deal with the financials. He's giving me a lot of initiation into what do you need, what books do you need to have in place, what records must you keep. Make sure you keep all your receipts, whatever you buy, whether you're using the revenue, your revenue money, or you're using the grant money. Keep them separate. Have a separate bank account for the revenue money, separate bank account for the grant money. So I'm learning all these things, and he's supporting me as the part-time finance facilitator for Aroma Honey Toffee.
Sara, I really, really wanted to meet you. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm also very impressed by your business, and you've touched a little bit about your future plans. Can you share a little more? What is the bigger vision 5-10 years from now?
5-10 years from now, we're looking at Aroma Honey Toffee specifically. I'm seeing a product that is not just the sweets. I'm seeing a line of products specifically from honey and their confectionaries. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing us having franchises across Africa. Because we already have a partner in Kenya, we've already talked about establishing a franchise. Once we get certification in Uganda, we strengthen the product and its consumption in Uganda. We now start a franchise in Kenya. I've already been there to visit their facility. We can have something like Coca-Cola, you know?
Sarah, I don't want to be the negative one here, but I'm glad that your guinea pigs, you haven't said much about them. Did they live long enough to tell the story? You had your family that was tasting your sweets in their lowest sense.
Simon, thank you so much. I'm kindly requesting my family to stand up. First of all, my husband, Dr. Jackson Mubiru. And another guinea pig, my daughter, Miriam Esther Namubiru.
So if your taste buds are tingling too and you'd like to see these honey toffees available everywhere, you need to vote for Sara. Now all you have to do is dial *254# and follow the instructions. Or you can visit the website www.nssfug.org/FWB. Vote for Sara. Yes?
Sara Mubiru, your sweet tooth is the reason why I'm putting on like a small stomach, so thank you very much. How did the interview go?
The interview was good. I was asked a few questions from the judges. I did not know what to expect, so all of them were surprise questions. The most important thing is that really was to see what happened. And the good thing, the judges made me feel at home. Even when they were asking the difficult questions, they asked them like friends. So it was like we were having a nice conversation.
Sara Mubiru just faced the judges. She's quite optimistic that she will make it to the next round. And of course, the fact that I want more sweets from her, I am keeping my fingers crossed that she crosses over to the next round.
Fall in love with the new NSSF Go app today. Download the app from your mobile app store and do much more than view your current NSSF balance. You can now set your savings goals and work towards achieving your retirement benefits. Make voluntary payments and update your details directly from the app. We understand why you're falling in love with it, so go ahead and share this experience.
NSSF, a better life.
It's good to have you back right here on NSSF Friends with Benefits Season 3. Now, please remember that at the end of this show, we are going to find out the winner from last week's episode. So you need to keep it right here. Now it is time for us to find out who our 6th contestant is. And to do that, we go back to our man who does it so well. Dowdy, take it away.
We are in the land of milk and honey, otherwise known as Mbarara. Today, we meet Edson Mwine, who used his benefits to set up an engineering company and training program. So here I am, trying out my hand on some fabrication. But before I get this job done, let's listen as Edson tells his full NSSF Friends with Benefits story.
My name is Mwine Edson Matara. I'm 46 years old. I got my exempted employment benefit from NSSF last year in 2018. When I got my benefits of around 600,000, I had decided to make a single welding machine. I have sold a variety of machines amounting up to 15 machines ever since I started making them. Because they are finished products, people can easily come and buy and take. This is called Rugando Trading Center. This is where I do my work from. This is a welding machine, one of the products we make. We have produced a number of machines from our workshop here. Most of the people have used our machines, tested them. They are of good quality. Next to me is my workshop. You can see the trainees there. We fish graduate trainees from the field. We bring them here. We train them practical skills, both in welding and making the machine itself. The idea of these welding machines started when I realized that there is a policy for electricity connection in the whole country. I realized that so many people will need welding machines to take to different places so that they can do welding. And you can see there is a paradigm shift from woodwork to metalwork. My highest qualification in electrical engineering is a diploma, which I achieved from UTC Bushenyi. And then from there, I diverted and studied a diploma in technical teacher education. We have trained up to 200 people. I normally rent training facilities from my neighbors. When I train them, I give them certificates of participation.
Basically, here I'm a training technician, mainly in electronics. I would describe Mr. Edson as humble, honest, and hardworking man. However much he has contributed much, he always wants you to share what you have got. He always wants to push you so that we can go forward.
Skilling Uganda to achieve industrialization. That is a major goal Uganda now is heading to. So we are part of that, and we are trying to make sure that we do our own best. I would like to have many people trained, but because of finance and training gadgets, equipment, I limit myself to almost 2010 for some weeks. If I win this prize, I will do the following. To make sure I get a training facility, equipment for training. I also want to make sure I train more people. I have the skills to make sure that I first inject this money into something which will quickly bring the return. Then the return will do all these things within a few years.
Well, there you go, a man who recognized a gap in the market and is creating his own sparks. Please put your hands together for Edson Mwine. How are you doing, Edson? Please, take a seat. Wow, Edson, that is very impressive. I like how you did that. Hope that Daudi learned something while he was with you and how to weld. Yeah? I haven't seen him lately. Maybe he welded his feet together and he can't walk.
He was taught well.
He was taught well.
Yeah.
That's the best teacher. All right. Let's now go to our judges. I'm sure they have a number of questions and we shall weld them together. You see, I'm using your words. Eh? We shall weld them together. And this time around, I think we'll start with perhaps you, Mr. Simon.
With 600,000 Ugandan shillings as your benefit, and this kind of business you've put in place, no. There must be something you're not telling us, like the other gentleman who only had 5 fish and 2 loaves of bread, or was it 5 loaves of bread and 5 fish, and fed 5,000 men. They don't tell us about the children and the women. How have you transformed 600,000 shillings in 1 year to become what we've just seen?
I got these benefits when I had got a certain small foundation, according to the amount of money I was getting already. But then, this one jarred me high, because in most cases, you would find I had skills, but I had no money. So when I got this little money, as you have heard, I had to use this little money to make sure that I boost myself. This business you have seen here has been boosted within only 1 year.
This man is very strategic. So he calls on all these graduate trainees, trains them on how to use welding machines, which they don't have. So they manufacture them at his place. So I think as part of the certificate, they buy the welding machine and take them. So is he helping the community or he's cheating on the community? But you don't have to answer that question. I'll leave you to enjoy the next session with the ladies.
Let's go over to you, Barbara.
My question is about really what your future plans are. How do you see the future between now and...
My future plan is that I need to have a lot of people trained so that we can show people that it is not a matter of looking for employment, it is a matter of creating jobs around the world so that we can enjoy the world of ours here.
In the video, you mentioned that if you won this money, you would put it into something that would bring you returns so that you can inject in your business. Yes. What is that business that you think you would
First and foremost, I want to first achieve a training facility because I rent the training facility. And I want to train more people, actually. I want to train more people. I also want to make sure I add on the equipment that I will be using for training. I also, actually, I'm a university dropout. I had started in Makerere, I only studied for 1 semester. I failed to get money. I totally went back home. So I also want to finish my studies.
Very good. I don't know if I should sit up, stand up, more questions, but I'll say one thing. The more questions they have, that means they are impressed with you, and so am I, Edson. I really like you. So if you would like to transform Edson's life and see him actually shine up the world, all you have to do is vote for him, and this is how you vote. Type *254# and follow the instructions. Otherwise, you could go onto the website, which is www.nssfug.org/FWB, and he will light up your world.
Edson, what an interesting interview. How did the interview go?
The interview was good, and I think people will vote for me. Yes.
That's very interesting. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you rate your interview?
It's hard to evaluate yourself, but I think it was around 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10?
Yes.
That's not bad. So Edson is quite positive, as he should be, because he had such an interesting interview, and he's hoping to make it to the next round, and he will be relying on your vote. So get voting and vote for Edson so that we can see him in the next round. Edson, all the best.
Nzijukira ebiseera ebyo abawagizi ekitiibwa nali muzira mu kisaawe ne mbulamu obwa bulijjo nga nsobola okwetuusaako buli kye njagala, naye olunaku lumu byonna ne biggwaawo. Singa nategekera obukadde bwange nandibadde mu bulamu obweyagaza kati.
Every year, millions of Ugandans retire into poverty. To reduce that number, NSSF has introduced voluntary membership, which allows more Ugandans to save with NSSF and makes contributing easier by letting you pay through mobile money. It is available to individuals who run companies that employ less than 5 employees, as well as those who used to save with the fund and are now gainfully self-employed but are below the age of 60. Sign up today by visiting your nearest NSSF branch.
NSSF, a better life.
Welcome back to NSSF Friends with Benefits Season 3. Our stories today have been sweet and inspiring.
That's absolutely correct. We met 2 very inspiring contestants with their stories. First off, there was Sara Mubiru, who used her withdrawal benefit to start a honey sweet business. And then we met a young man who's full of ideas, who received his exempted employment benefit, Edson Mwine. And what he did with his benefits is start a welding business and also start to train youth. If you want any of these contestants to go through to the final 8, you do have to vote. And the contestant with the most will be that bit closer to winning themselves 30 million shillings. But you do have to vote. Your votes will be verified by PwC.
Okay, we would like to thank our amazing panel of judges for their passion and, of course, curiosity. Yes, yes. To you, the audience, thank you so much. You're amazing. And to you, the viewers, thank you for watching. Special thanks to Afros and Mo for hair and makeup. And remember, to engage with us, please use the hashtag on your screen.
That's correct. And by the way, remember that if you do not have the NSSF Go app, why don't you download it? There are 100 reasons for you to fall in love with it. I know I have. I'll give you another reason. For example, it allows you to access your e-statement, meaning you can start making plans.
There you have it.
I have a plan right now. Yeah, I want to eat the sweet that I stole from...
Thank you.
Really?
You're so kind. Thank you very much.
You're sweet too. All right. What's next?
I think it's time to reveal the winner from last week's episode.
Absolutely. You are right.
Okay. Are we ready?
Yes. Hey, dim the lights. I like that. Here we go. The winner from last week's episode, who could be going to the finals to win 30 million shillings is...
Elungat Moses!
Congratulations, Elungat. Let's see how the rest of the show goes for you. Best of luck. And that's about it.
Tune in next week, same time. The voting lines are now open.
You have been watching, of course. Do I need to say it? Do I need to say it? Do I need to say it? One more time, friends with...
Benefit!